Hello everyone, Superman here, coming to you with another video. This video is going to basically go in depth more onto what the double loadouts are and how they work and what you can do with them. Now, mind you, I don't have the White Lantern powers yet, but I did acquire the material and I have a video out. I have a video coming soon that I'm going to be putting out showcasing the material as my first style. But I do have a video out coming soon. It's going to be a style showcase video, but I do have that coming out soon, being showcasing the material. But I don't have the White Lantern Ring artifact yet or Power Aug yet. But I still wanted to kind of just go over the double tray loadout with everyone and showing how it works. So, ew, my inventory is disgusting. What happened? Why does it do this? I've realized that lately. The game tends to randomize your artifacts and item placements. But okay, getting off topic. But going into the double tray loadouts a little bit more. So you have two of them now, and how to switch to them, you hold the L2 button down and you can press up or down onto the D-pad, and you'll be able to switch between the two loadouts that you have. Now, the loadouts that I'm going to go over are the loadouts that I have so far. I'm I only have three of them set so far. I have this build, then I have a DPS build, and my tank build set so far. But to go over this one, I basically have it as my normal iconic loadout, like you usually see. This is like my mess around iconic loadout that I've put out for builds a long while back, and I ended up making a double tray. So this used to be my battle tank loadout because I kind of merged my recent battle tank video build that I put out. I actually got rid of that and made it something different. So I put it into this build, and I just made this build more of an iconic build, giving it unstoppable, sandblast, epicenter, vacuum bubble, shards, and magma vortex. Oh, hello. But I gave it a little bit of an update. So basically, going into what you can do with it, you can have obviously multiple moves. So as you can see, I do have all different moves. Now that's something that I would like to point out when it comes to the double trades. You can't have the same moves here um, at all. Like it won't let you. Like you can put both, but if you use it and then switch to the other one, since you have both moves on there, it won't automatically reset for you to be able to use it again. Like you can have both, but it's recommended for you not to obviously have both because you can only use it once. So that goes for everything. But like if you wanted to get around that and have two shields, you can. So you have the gemstone shield here as one, and then if I wasn't in combat, I would have had the light heart shield on, and I was going to be able to put on both and switch between the two. So you're able to have two shields, just not the same shield, if that makes sense, or more or less you can't have the same move in the same loadout. So you gotta have one. So I can have one gemstone here, and then I have light heart here. So you can have that, but you won't be able to have the same one. Now, given the fact or on what more of the loadout you can do, I kind of made mine more iconic, like I said. So I do have my first original mess around build that I have, and then I have a little bit of an additive to it, to where I kind of gave it another pull, and then I have a juggle, and then I have, you know, some extra stuff that I feel like Superman would do or need um, as an iconic hero. So, like for example, I see Magma Vortex as a solar absorption or sun absorption, and then it laying on the floor is basically the sun powered release. You know what I mean? That's just deciding to damage and heal me from the sun. And then he uses a move that kind of looks similar to this in PvP Watchtower. And then I have this because I've seen him do it in the Metropolis Battle Zone while destroying the LexCorp stuff. And then, going on so on and so forth on what he does. So it's basically just an iconic loadout of things that I've seen and I can see Superman doing and having. Going on to my DPS build. For my DPS build, I brought back the iconic loadout again because the Legends PvP or Legends PvP or PvE NPC does have this loadout as well. So I kind of gave both aspects. Like I kind of wanted to keep it iconic in a sense. So I'm glad I was able to do that. That's why I kind of like this double tray loadout, because I can have both my iconic loadouts now and then still have the actual build's loadout in itself. So Going on to my DPS, I have the same loadout as last time. You know, the low pressure, the localized tremor, swoop attack, frost breath, heat vision with the gemstone shield. And then if I switch my loadout, I have my actual DPS build being the light hard shield, the sandblast, tectonic break, and unstoppable, the jackhammer, and then the omega totality, omega beams. So I'm glad I was able to do that. But that's basically two of my loadouts that I have set up so far. Um, Going into my third loadout, it's my tank build. So this is like my full-on tank build. This is um, what I would obviously be going into when I go into the raids or anything like that. So I have my brick here, then I have the magma vortex, I have the lasso ability with the artifact attached. That's why they're running and chasing me. I have the brick, the weapon buff with Clarion, and then I have my gemstone shield, and then I can switch right into that. Put on the light hard shield, unstoppable for supercharge, up to 7 for number 1. Then I have the soothing sands for the Superman shield, as you can see. It's hard to see with light hard, but the blue and red shield that's here is from the Superman ally, with Frostbite being a stun and then another pull. So I kind of just added more pulls to this build and juggles for my second loadout. Um, and I love switching between them because it helps a lot. Like I love going through both the loadouts and playing around, tanking, and then just like dragging them like a dog. With the lasso, it's so much fun. And then just like switching between them. It's fun when you get to get used to it, I will say. So the double tray loadout is something that I personally like because the more I tended to use it, the better it got for me. So that's basically this loadout. And like if I wanted to go back to my DPS loadout and run that one, if I need to be a DPS in a raid, I'll pop the shields, go through the rotations with this, and then cancel that, go through that, and then do Sandblast, and do my Omega Beam, and let that run, and then, pop the shield, do the rotation here, and then just build up my shield, my Omega Beam again with the jackhammer, and then just kind of build from there. So it's pretty fun to use when you go to switch through the loadouts. Then I have this one being my iconic, being the same as the DPS one, just kind of just going through the rotations of everything here, and then switching, going into the pool with the unstoppable, with the being the supercharge generator. Now that I use supercharge, and then I pop the supercharge ability, which pops the Mr. Freeze ally. So that's why I kind of like having this because building supercharge is easier now with the double tray, and then just being able to mess around and have fun with it. It's very fun to use. So I like it, and then just switching back to the loadout when I feel like just going back to the regular iconic, just being, just building supercharge up and everything like that. Um, and that's pretty much the double tray loadout. And switching through it fast is pretty easy. How I tend to use it is like I'll do my frost breath, heat vision, go through my rotation, and then as I'm doing the L2 moves, I'll just switch it and continue to do the L2 moves from there, and then just work my way through. So as an easy way to switch through them or fast way to switch through them, I'll switch through them mid move or mid rotation for like frost breath. I'll switch to this. I'll switch to my second one and use sandblast, and then use this loadout, and then throughout shards, magma vortex, I'll switch. So in between animations, I'll tend to use the switch. So as I'm going through a move, switch, and get ready for the next one. As that one's going, switch again, and going right into another one. Even throughout the cancel outs. So going through the loadout is fun, you know. So that's pretty much how you would use the double tray loadouts, and that's pretty much everything you need to know when it comes to the double tray loadouts. The only thing I would say is don't use double moves because obviously you'll get stuck with both of them being on their cooldown if you have two of the same moves in both. Um, and now I know people are tend to using all iconic abilities here as another option that you can do. You can use all iconic abilities and stuff like that as well. So that's another option to use. But other than that, if you do have any questions, comments that you would like to put out in the comment section about the double tray loadouts and your opinions on it, how you feel about it, whatever the case may be, definitely leave them in the comment section down below, and we can definitely talk about it. If I missed anything about the double tray loadouts, definitely just let me know, and I'll definitely go over it with you in the comments or whatever the case may be. But I'm pretty sure I went over everything. To kind of give you another rundown, you have two trays. You can set them up how you want them and how you would like them to be. Just no doubles of moves. So like I can't have two unstoppables because they'll both be on a cooldown. Um, and stuff like that. Like it's pretty easy. And then how to switch. It's L2 and up and down on the D-pad. And that's pretty much that. I do have other builds that I'm working on, like my PvP build. I'm still trying to figure out when it comes to what moves I can put onto it. But for the most part, yeah. Um, if you like, again, if you have any comments, questions, or concerns, or whatever the case may be, definitely just let me know in the comment section down below, and I'll see you in the next video, everyone. Bye, everyone. Peace.